Noah. And the story of Noah, we are told that as the earth was going to be destroyed, that Noah brought to the ark all of the animals. We're told two different stories in there. Story number one is that Noah brought two of each animal onto the ark. In the very next chapter, it tells us this, that Noah brought two of every unclean animal and 7 pairs or 14 animals of every clean or what we've determined now to be kosher animals. I have to be honest with you, I'm not sure how Noah knew the rules of keeping kosher because he didn't get to hang out at Mount Sinai, but that's a whole different story.
What's wrong?
But from the story of Noah and from a couple of other passages in the Torah, we learn about a very important mitzvah. The Torah has 613 mitzvot, and from Noah and then from a couple passages in the book of Leviticus, we get the mitzvah called Baal Tashchit. Baal Tashchit means taking care of all living things. And it's become a mitzvah that means to take care of animals. As a matter of fact, there was a rabbi, he was the first chief rabbi of Israel before it was even the state of Israel. His name was Rabbi Abraham Yitzchak Kook. He was a brilliant, brilliant rabbi and a brilliant writer. And he wrote all sorts of things about taking care of our animals. In fact, he talked about the idea of keeping kosher and what is a kosher animal to eat. There are those who are vegetarians who say we shouldn't eat any meat. Rav Kook was someone who was a vegetarian. He said the only way you should eat meat is if you have studied all the rules of kashrut and you yourself are the one who is shoki, the one who slaughters the kosher animal yourself. And we should do it in a loving and kind way. The Talmud also says that if we're going to eat, before we eat, we're supposed to feed our animals. On Shabbat, not that I know all that many Jewish dairy farmers in America, but in Israel there's lots of Jewish dairy farmers. And on Shabbat, even though you're not supposed to work on Shabbat, it's required. And you'll see even in Orthodox kibbutz in Israel, before you go to services on Shabbat morning, if you own a dairy farm, what do the rabbis and the Talmud say you're supposed to do? You have to milk your cows because it's painful for the cow to not be milked. And so we are supposed to make an effort to make sure that all of our animals are taken care of. The ones that are our pets in our homes, the ones that help provide for us on our farms, each and every one of them, we take care of them. And so, just as we might do when we bless our children on Friday night or on Shabbat or Bar Mitzvah, I'm going to ask you, for those of you who have your pets here, to take your hands and either place them on your pet or over your pet as we say a blessing for all of them. Baruch atah Adonai, makor shel chol hayitzurim hachayim. Bayamim hachamishi v'hashishi, atah barata et hadagim bayam, hatzipurim ba'avir, u'behema shel ba'aretz. Anu mikavshim, yishlach lehem bracha, l'chayot, le'afshar chayot malei simcha. Tamid l'shebach otcha al kol hayofi shalahem. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, v'yishlach bracha al kol hayitzurim shalcha. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe. On the 5th and the 6th days of creation, you created all living things, the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and all of the animals that walk on the earth. We ask you to bless these animals and let them live a life filled with blessing and joy. May you always praise your creation, and may our pets bring joy to us. Blessed are you, O God, who created all of our creatures. And we finish our blessing as we say together, She'achianu. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, She'achianu, V'yimanu, V'yanu, Lazman Maseh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who gave all of us, including our animals, life, who has sustained us, and who has brought us to this beautiful day. As we continue through the day, I hope you'll all think about this idea of Baal Tashchit, of taking care of our animals and taking care of our pets. We can say an official blessing that begins with Baruch Atah Adonai as we just did here, but the greatest blessing we can do is not just a sentence. It's to actually follow the idea of Ba'al Tashrit. Before we feed ourselves, we feed our pets. Before we clean ourselves, we clean our pets. We take care of them because they help take care of us, creating beauty in our homes for those that live in our homes, creating sustenance for us for those who live on our farms and in the wild as well. And so we bless them as we bless with this prayer with Shehachianu. And we say, we go from here, we say, Mikan Holchin L'Chaim. It means from here we go on to life. And we all say, Amen.
Amen.